Welcome to the Brisbane Small Business Show. And today I've got Stephen Harris from Value Streams, who has... G'day.
G'day, how you doing?
Steve's joined me in relation to when I was reaching out and asking people that I already knew had a great reputation in their industry to help me with creating masterminds. It's something that people in Brisbane Small Business have been asking for quite some time. And when I spoke to Stephen about it, he was very excited. So Stephen, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Well, I've been working with businesses as long as I can remember, at least 40 years of constructive work with business development in particular. Done a whole bunch of different roles. In the last, I'd say 10 years, I've worked with about 200 to 300 businesses, addressing the needs, helping them grow, helping owners be better off and just working forward with things. So I've done a fair bit of this sort of stuff and it really works.
And you've worked across a couple of different areas of business as well. I know that you've led sales teams in businesses and business development sides of the organisation prior to getting into the business consulting and coaching side. What other parts of the business have you worked in?
Look, I worked everywhere from the Prime Minister's office in Australia to a local fish and chip shop. That's the breadth of it. Mm-hmm. I've done massive work with IBM and large corporations and software development things. Yep. But mostly here in Queensland, over the last several years, will be businesses between a solopreneur and probably up to about 40 or 50 team members. So okay. So each time, what I've done is I've worked to help every stakeholder get what they want out of their business, or their role, their job, and things like that.
That's it. And when I talk to you about mastermind groups, you're actually really excited about the opportunity. And I know that we had a number of interesting discussions around what should and shouldn't be included and that sort of stuff. And we've got a subtly different approach. However, for you, what is the one core overarching goal of a mastermind group?
Well, simply put, it's for anyone who's participating to get what they want from it. So they may have specific goals or several. And at the end of the time, let's say 3 or 6 months down the track, I want to look back and say, hey, this has been worthwhile. I've reached this goal. I've learned this stuff. My life has improved in these areas. And so a mastermind just helps you get to where you want to go or progress that way faster than you normally would alone. And they really work.
And you were talking to me about how the concept of a mastermind works in other areas of your life, and you were chatting with me about an early experience that you had with that.
Which experience was that? So many experiences. The skiing. Sorry.
So, you can tell we've rehearsed this really well.
Yeah. So look, Kevin asked me for some examples, and my personal example from a mastermind group was first time I went skiing. I went skiing once, and it was supposed to be fun, but I think I got hurt. It was hilarious to watch. I think I won a trophy for falling down the best. But anyway, so I went skiing and it was a disaster the first time. I didn't really enjoy it. The second time I went skiing with a group of friends, we took a class and we learned stuff. We laughed our way through things. And from that, what sort of couple-hour event or half-day event, from then on, skiing became almost the most fun you could have with your clothes on. It was really good. So taking the time to learn a bit, share a bit, fall over it with people, get some suggestions, and being a group, it just changed my life with skiing. I'm not that good, but I love it at least,
And it is very similar in essence to a mastermind group in the fact that there's lots of people giving you, let's call it feedback as you're skiing, that some of which may be constructive and some of which may be experimental, but it can help you actually improve your style very, very rapidly. And whether it's the perfect way of doing it, it helps you advance your skill level quite rapidly.
Look, absolutely. And it's mastermind groups are not new. They've been going around for at least 100 years, specifically described as mastermind groups. In a group, there's nowhere to hide. There's a lot of care and help, and people contribute as much as receive. It takes on a life of its own to help you get where you're going. I mean, one example, if I could give you a real life example.
Absolutely.
So, someone who I really respect and admire, and the development, particularly professionally, is Megan Winter. Hi, Megan, if you're listening. But Megan met in one of my groups probably about 8 years ago, and she was running her own business then called Motormouth, which is online advertising and training and the earlier days of online marketing. Anyway, so when she was involved in the group, she was a younger person learning a lot. She had expertise in marketing and knowledge of things. And it was just amazing how quickly she grew through the listening and input from everybody in the group. So everyone was improving. In fact, I think that year she took out the Young Marketer of the Year award in Queensland and runner-up or something quite close Australia-wide for the ADMA, which is online marketing. So she evolved through being involved with this group, listening to problems, listening to good things and trying things out or talking about them before you went to market. So she went from motor mouth to, I think she formed Loom, and she's now, forgive me the name of the business, but just look up Megan Winter if you want to know about it. She's got a community which operates like a big mastermind for help people to really do much better on online marketing. So the concept of being somewhere as a learner or having certain expertise and sharing with the group helps the group and yourself just to go to higher and higher heights. And there's so many examples out there that, go Google, say, what's a mastermind? And you'll find out that Mark Zuckerberg used masterminds and recommends them in Facebook. Well, we're on that now. There's so many things that it's true that no one achieved greatness that I can find, particularly in business, by themselves. Every story has got a referral to somebody else, this or that. Even now, Kevin has been like, he's my mosquito in my ear. To get me to do things has been a little hard because I've been very busy. So Kevin's been on the phone, really prodding me. So it's just amazing. He's been my one-man mastermind group. I've lost a bit of weight lately. If you know me, you would have seen some kilos left. Oh, had left me, sorry. And so even simply every Friday, Kevin and I have a quick chat about how the week went, what our troubles are, and how we're going next week that way. And it's been tremendous. So these small mastermind groups can be as useful as larger ones. I find the optimum number between 6 and 12. But anyway, I can talk about mastermind groups all day.
So rather than talking all about them being really overly general, so who is it for? Or who is it not for?
Yeah, in this case, for business for business, I think it really is for business people who want to move in a direction or solve problems and get the best form of help. When I say best form, there'll be people who have in business for themselves, who have done things or are trying to do things, their heart's in the right place. And the group itself will follow a structure that works absolutely. I suppose I'll be operating as a guide for the groups, and I'll bring along a lot of expertise. And the model we're using, I've been to so many mastermind structures, been through so many, you read it in Napoleon Hill. I've been through Dale Carnegie, Sales with a Purpose as a swap group, Executive Roundtable, the Executive Connection, Jenny Gorman, bless her soul. I did work with Jenny for years. National College of Business, some people may know of that. Australian Institute of Executive Associates. It's just so many mastermind groups and so many different things that when you pull the essence out of each and the heart from some, we've put together an approach that will work if you want to get your business to go ahead and you have the heart and mind to want to contribute to other people to get the same benefits.
And so it really is for people who are looking to progress their business ahead and grow their business. And you thrown out the figures of between 20 and 1,000%. 1,000% is a pretty big number.
Look, I can't talk about all things without permission, but people who go through processes working with groups, my experience has been for the last couple of hundred, they grow between 20 and 1,000% per annum. And a few of them have closed because they knew they should have, because this is what happens sometimes in business. But it's not for everybody. If you feel that I'm safe and solid and here's my business, I don't really want to give my IP and chat to other people, that's okay. My motto is you don't have to be sick to get better.
Absolutely.
And so if you're doing well, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to do weller. Yeah. And so anyone can choose to be in a mastermind or not.
Absolutely.
Right? But it's about that progression.
Absolutely. One of the fears that I have is, are we going to group like-minded people together? Are we going to group like people who are a similar phase of their business journey and where they're at? So we are going to do a bit of research on that along the way.
Well, I've got to say this, the like-mindedness people need to have is the desire to improve and have a better quality life, particularly through their business. That's what this one's about, okay?
Absolutely.
The variation in people is that I work with in groups, psychologists, engineers, marketers, woodworkers in the same group, and it's amazing what comes out of it.
The greater diversity, I'm currently listening to Range from David Epstein, and he talked about the diversity of experience is actually what will drive some really amazing out-of-the-box thoughts that can solve unique problems, because you can draw experience from one part that is similar and use that to solve a problem that from an approach you may not have thought about, which is absolutely fantastic. So really interesting book, Range, from David Epstein, if you get a chance. What can we expect if we join a mastermind?
Okay, well, the immediate benefit for joining a mastermind is you can solve the problems you currently might be experiencing. Yeah. Then I'll recommend you find some goals for the future and progress towards that. Often things are a bit of a surprise as you go, as you learn things from yours and others' mistakes and yours and others' joys and successes. So you'll be able to sort out your short-term stuff fairly well and head towards your goals in a pragmatic, good value way. I say good value because there's nothing quite like a bunch of people getting together. It's like, I don't know, if you do a sport, right, you already know what it's like to be with a team. If you're playing rugby league or something, receiving the ball is good, giving it to a friend is good, getting it across the line is good. And it doesn't matter who in the team scores usually.
Getting tackled.
Tackle, fair enough. Especially at our age. Hey, sorry, I just throw that one in, you youngster. But so there's that camaraderie, which is kind of hard to explain. But some people talk about the loneliness of small business, and it's a very real factor.
It is.
If you're isolated, a few things happen. You tend to lose a bit of perspective, and when something negative happens, it tends to nearly crush you. Absolutely. And when something good happens, you're by yourself, so it's not as exciting.
Can't celebrate with the gang.
So being with a team, where everyone wants everyone to get what they're there for, is very cool.
And that's what a mastermind is. It's bringing the team element back into your business, whether you have a team or whether you don't.
But also, it's an amazing set of intent. So if you're an employer, or if you're a business person with your team, it's a very different perspective about working with your staff, your team members, and getting them to help solve problems, because a business owner's got stuff on the line. Most people in business, most of our friends don't own a business. They're employees somewhere. So you can't really talk to them. They don't kind of get it, But when you're with a group of business people who are intent to reach their goals and you to reach your goals, it's amazing what happens, including the connections to those people. Absolutely. And what I've seen in masterminds, the people that you meet in your mastermind now will be different to you maybe your mastermind in 4 or 5 years. But the connections stay. And so people will continue to assist you as much as you continue to assist them. It creates as a business-focused friendship.
Cool. So coming to the core elements and the core things that we would do in a mastermind, I mean, obviously, we'd be setting a goal for ourselves.
First of all, you understand the structure of how it works to ensure that you'll be successful and the group will be successful. That usually incorporates having some goals. Because if you set goals, you get them. If you don't set goals, you get that.
Absolutely. So once we've got our goals, obviously we've got the team there to support us and help us look at our challenges and things from different perspectives and that sort of stuff. But it's very much around the accountability of what we're doing as well.
Of the hundreds of people I've worked through with group processes, accountability even now comes back as thank you, Stephen, for keeping me on account. The thing I remember most is being kept accountable. And it's good. It's a good thing. Sometimes it's hard, but overall, it's a really good thing.
Absolutely. And look, being in small business, it's so easy to let things slide for tomorrow or to next week because, hey, we've got all time. It doesn't really matter. And that's one of the great things about procrastination is it's a thief. It really is a thief of the things that could have eventuated, because there's all that lost opportunity cost. We can't get the year that we just wasted back again. All we can do is set an intent and actually get focused right now.
I'm finding the older I get, and thanks for rubbing this bit in, Kevin, the older I get, the more I can hear the clock tick, 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 and then the crocodile, So I feel it's important to use time well.
It is.
And we have the choice. And this is the one thing about setting goals, working out what to do. You can choose to become what you like to become. But I personally feel in business, if your business is going well, the rest of your life tends to go well because it reduces anxiety. And on the pathway, if you know what you're doing and you've got a purpose, you'll feel good about it every day, even though it's tough.
Absolutely.
Is that okay to say? Because
absolutely.
I'm so much a believer in saying, well, here's where we're heading, and here's where we go. Sometimes you go off track and you go on track and things, and that's what the Mastermind Group does. Yeah, and differently, you can go online, do a course, and you get content, and it's really fine.
Yep.
But the truth is, you'll lose weight better with a friend keeping you online on course, right? You'll ski better if you do some learning first.
Absolutely.
Right? And your website will be better online if you're talking to someone like Megan, who's listening to the whole community.
Who's great at what she does.
So yeah, you do your stuff.
Cool. So basically, there'll be some goal setting, there'll be some accountability, there'll be the team camaraderie to helping you stay online. Basically, we are building it to a price that is suitable for everyone in Brisbane small business and making sure that we're going to be appropriate where we're at there. The duration, 3 months or 6 months?
I think 6 months is a minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 9 months I think will be very groovy. Okay, but I think once you get involved with it, then what will happen is the cost of it will be small compared to the benefits. 100% it happens all the time. Yeah.
So if we're looking at I'd say a 20% increase in our revenue, we're looking at a 1% or a very small investment in relation to that. We can't give exact numbers because we don't know what revenue you've got. So it really is. We're looking at building something to a price that's affordable. If you are interested, we'd love to hear from you and send through a request for more information. Stephen is, basically steering the ship on this one. So he will be getting back to everyone who's interested. We would get you to register your interested below in the feed in this, and also registering registering in a landing page that we've got so that Stephen can have your contact details. He can get back to you in a really timely manner and help us progress this coming through. We will be putting like-minded businesses together. Saying that, there won't be any competing businesses.
That's important for it not to be.
It's absolutely, because we want you to be the best in your industry. And if we've got you and somebody else from the same industry, we can't do that. So we want to help you be the absolute best you can be in your industry through facilitating an awesome group mastermind event. So thanks very much for watching through to here. Please put any comments below. Stephen will be following the
we've had a lot of people already. I think last count was about 70 people.
Yeah, we were 75 people already.
They've been quiet, and I'll be sending specific information out to you guys. You don't have to re-register. And I'll just look for the information as well. Okay, and I'll be in touch with everybody.
And we're looking to start these before the end of the month.
It's February.
It is February.
Go.
They will be starting in February so that you can have an absolutely fantastic 2020 and set your business up. So look, Stephen, I want to thank you very much for coming along today.
What, no hug?
I do appreciate that. Off screen will hug. Get all embarrassed.
Right.
Now, thanks very much for coming along and sharing your thoughts on masterminding. Whether it's with us or whether it's with someone else, we just want you to have a better business. It really, truly, my passion is to help small business owners love their business and love their life. So have a great day, and we will catch up with you next time.
Cheers, bye for now.